Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Akil and welcome to my first in-depth review for 2019 guys. Yes, today we'll be looking at the Hobbit and Unexpected Journey Part 1. Yes, as this is the extended edition reviews guys. So I'll be looking at the entire film. I took down notes for each scene. So we'll go scene by scene and I'll tell you a positive and negative and also the scene overall, like what happened in the scene and all that guys. So yeah. Now, if I say something that annoys you, I apologize guys. And if I also miss something, I also apologize. But when I mean in depth, I don't mean like super duper in depth guys. Like look at every single technique in the film. I did sometimes look at film techniques. But I didn't go to film school. I just studied film techniques in school guys. So yeah. But anyway guys, without further ado, let's just get into this. The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey review. Alright, so in-depth review guys. Alright, so the first scene is called Prologue, the Fall of Erebor. And this is a great scene guys. It introduces to the world the major characters like the Thorin and just Thorin, his father, his grandfather, and we also got to see the relationship between the dwarves and elves and why Thorin does not want to be anywhere near the elves because they never helped them after Smaug destroyed their home and all that type of stuff. Dale was gone, so that was pretty bad because, well, what I'm trying to say guys is the fact that Smaug was just a bad guy and he just burned everything down. Dale was gone. Yes, like I said, Dale was gone. Erebor was partially gone. So the dwarves all left and they moved on. They had to find another place to stay. So they were all gone and they were probably all scattered and all that type of stuff. So yeah, nothing with Azog in the first scene guys, which kind of annoyed me. I wish they showed some form of scene with Azog in the flashback, but I guess not guys. So yeah. And the Arkenstone we got to see and all type of stuff and how we corrupted his grandfather, Thorin's grandfather, Draw or something, I believe, right? Yeah. But that's a great introduction because you get to know the characters and what their motivations are and why they hate each other and all type of stuff. And we got to see Smaug a bit guys, so that's pretty cool guys. So yeah. Alright, now let's get on to the positives and negatives. So the major positive for the scene, it was a good introduction to the world. As I just said, it was a very good introduction to the world. Like I said, we got to know everything to know about the dwarves in a nutshell, their homeland, what the main quest is for the movie, even though we never even got to the main story yet guys. So yeah. Now the major negative is that there's not much talking apart from the narration guys. Yes, there barely isn't talking in the scene guys. There is a bit when they say dragons coming and all type of stuff, Smaug is coming and all type of stuff, but I wanted more talking from like Trandil, the Elven king guys, like basically Toriel's father, Evangeline Lilly, the person that plays Toriel, her father. I wanted him to say something to the dwarves because it was just narration that time guys. They didn't really talk much. I wanted more rather than just giving eyes to each other, like eye contact to each other, giving various types of eye contact to each other. I wanted them to show like talking like why they wanted what they wanted and why they wanted what they wanted guys. So yeah. But overall this is a good solid scene guys. Like I said, there is a positive and there is a negative, so it's a pretty good solid scene, but it's a great introduction to the world guys. So yeah. Alright, now we're on scene 2, which is called In a Hole in the Ground There Lived a Hobbit. Now this is where we get introduced to the character of Bilbo Baggins and all that type of stuff. And the major positive here is that it's a good introduction to Bilbo. You get to know like his characteristics and all type of stuff, and his relationship with Frodo and all that. And speaking of Frodo, the negative of the scene is that they didn't need to show Frodo in the scene, guys. Uh, I guess I get that they're trying to tie it in with the Lord of the Rings films, because this scene leads right into the opening scene for the Lord of the Rings, and it kind of feels like it goes hand in hand with the two, guys. This opening scene and that opening scene, guys. But I don't think they need to show Frodo, because I wanted it to be more Bilbo centric this scene, guys. Like, I wanted to see him just alone in his house, you know, preparing for his birthday, because it is his birthday, guys. So yeah, but it was still fine. I still enjoyed the scene, guys. It was not a good showing scene. It wasn't a great scene like the first opening scene, but it was just a good showing scene, guys. So yeah, but as a scene on its own, I wish they didn't show Frodo, guys. So yeah. Alright, now let's move on to scene 3. Very Old Friends. This is a scene that Gandalf comes in, and this is when the main movie starts. So it took 2 scenes to get to where we are right now, and this is where the movie actually starts. 60 years earlier it says, and then we see Martin Freeman for the first time as Bilbo, and he's just great, guys. So yeah, he's great as his character, by the way. So yeah, the major positive in this scene is that it's a good meeting with Gandalf and Bilbo, and once again you see Bilbo's characteristics, and you see Gandalf characteristics, guys, and you get to see that the two don't Bilbo doesn't really want to go on this adventure. He's very hesitant. He's just a guy that wants to stay at home. But then Gandalf is like, oh, it'll be very amusing for me. And he's like, what are you talking about? And all type of stuff. And then he realizes that other people are going to come. And then, of course, other people do come, but we haven't got to that yet. So, this is a good scene, guys. I found nothing wrong with this scene, guys. I had nothing wrong with this scene. This was a great scene. It set up the chemistry between Bilbo and Gandalf so well. You got to see each of their characteristics displayed very clearly here. Gandalf's witty humor and all type of stuff, and then also his seriousness at the same time, guys. And I thought Ian McKellen did a great job here, guys. So yeah, but what really makes the scene work is also like the characteristics of Bilbo. Like, you get to see that he's very hesitant. He's just a home person, and he just wants to be by himself and all type of stuff, and just says no to everything, guys. So yeah, so I wouldn't say he's a strong ego, but then again, he's just a guy that doesn't want to do anything like beyond the borders of the Shire, guys. So yeah. Alright, next up is scene number 4, Mr. Baggins. I like this scene because it was a decent and quick look at Hobbiton, which I believe is where Bilbo's from, guys, or the Shire. But I don't know why I call it Hobbiton, but I'm just going to call it that anyway. But this place, the Shire, was nice. It looked nice to see. It was basically nice to see this on the film, in this film, guys. But the main problem here, or should I say the main negative here, it was a very short scene of Bilbo, guys. Yes, it was a very short scene of Bilbo walking through town and all type of stuff. I wish there was more of this, so we can get more of the world building, like, and we get to see more of the town and all the different types of people and his interaction with all the different types of people, rather than just one or two, or rather than just one or two different people, guys. So yeah, but I like that it's a scene with just Bilbo walking through town, guys. There is a bit of humor here when he's hiding from Gandalf, but it's not actually Gandalf. It's just some guy holding a bunch of things in his hand, guys. That was pretty funny, guys. But it was a good scene overall. But I wish it was more than what it was, guys, rather than just being a minute or about 40 or 45 seconds to close to a minute long, guys. Yeah, but I wanted more from this scene, guys, basically. So yeah. Alright, now let's go on to scene 5, which is called An Unexpected Party. This scene, we finally get to see the dwarves, and it's just all around a very funny scene, guys. So, like I said, for the positive, like I just said, it was a funny scene, and my major positive of the scene is that it was a funny, welcoming party. It was just so funny to see Bilbo like saying, "Go away! I don't want any more visitors. Go away! Go away!" And it was so fun to see the dwarves taking all the food, guys, and just ignoring Bilbo, and then Bowing was like, "Apology accepted." When Bilbo just said, "I'm sorry," and they both turned their heads towards him. It was so funny, guys. Yeah. Now the major negative here. Now this is where I'm talking about some techniques, guys. Fast cuts with dwarves. I did not want that, guys. In other words, like it would just you know what I mean, guys. Like when you watch a scene, they just show them and then show them and then show them again, show them again. Like they just keep cutting back and forth between the dwarves, Bilbo and the door and all that. I didn't like that much. I didn't mind it, but it kind of grew on me when I saw it again because like I just wish they kept more focus on Bilbo and the current dwarves rather than just keep jumping back and forth between all the dwarves, guys. So yeah, but I guess it kind of worked with the movie, guys, because it was a modern take on it, guys. So yeah, that's also something I should point out, guys. This movie is very modern, guys. At certain points, right? This is shut up, but that's just Peter Jackson trying to make it feel more. That's just them trying to say like, well, basically, what I'm trying to say, guys, is the fact that Peter Jackson probably want to make this more modernized, more modern rather than Lord of the Rings as it came out 2012. So therefore, he wanted to say, include the word "shut up" for the Goblin King, and there's probably other words, things I missed, but then again, that comes later. So now let's just get back to this, guys. Sorry about the slight detour there, guys. I apologize. But yeah, that's really all I found in scene 5, guys. It was another good solid scene. Again, not a great scene, but a good solid scene. Alright, now scene 6 is called Blood and Knives. And this is the scene where we get that song. First up, well, for the positive, it was a funny song. I liked how they made fun of Bilbo Baggins, guys. It was just very funny. And it ended like, that's what Bilbo Baggins hates. It was just so funny, guys, to see all of them singing. But the major negative here is that Thorin should have been involved. I get that Thorin is like a serious dwarf, guys, but I wish he was here because it would be like a different side of Thorin. Like we could see him have more fun, guys. But I also really like that the moment the song ends, Thorin shows up. And I thought that was perfect timing. Like this is when the movie actually starts and it gets more serious, guys. So yeah. But I still wish Thorin was involved as well. So yeah. Alright, now let's move on to scene 7, which is called A Map, a Key, and a Contract. This involves Thorin telling the dwarves what's happening in their homeland, and this is also the scene where Bilbo has to sign whether or not he wants to join their quest to reclaim their homeland. This is also the scene when Gandalf gives Thorin the key that his father gave him to their homeland. And this is also the scene where Bilbo and everyone else just looks at the map and discovers that, well, not everyone else, but Bilbo, it's through Bilbo's perspective we see the map. So that's pretty cool, guys. I like how they did that. And basically, this scene was just a great scene. I had no problems with this scene, guys. We get more of the world, a little more world building. We know there's a bigger world out there based on what we saw on the map, guys. And the major positive here is that it was a good introduction to Thorin. Once again, we got to see all his characteristics, his quiet nature, and how he doesn't, and also his sudden outbursts of anger, and also his serious tone and nature, and all that type of stuff, and how he also wants the dwarves to be part of this adventure. And I really like how he said, like, this quest is ours and ours alone, guys, because I really thought that it felt more like the dwarves would understand what he was saying. Like if someone else said it, would just be like, okay, yeah, whatever. Maybe Bowin said it, it would, like the white bearded dwarf, it would work too. But because Thorin said it, like it made it feel more let's just say more cool, more serious and all that. But still, overall, this was a great scene, guys. No problems here whatsoever. But it was also funny to see when Bilbo fainted at the end, guys. So yeah. But overall, it was just a great scene, guys. Alright, so we've done 7 scenes. Now we have like 13 more scenes or 14 more, however you want to look at it. But I believe it's 13, guys, because like I said, we have to get up to scene 20 and then we're done. So I'll try to speed things up, but at the same time, I want to go over certain things, guys. Yeah, it's already been more than 15 minutes, so we'll see how it goes. I don't think this will get to half an hour, guys. I doubt, but we'll see how we go, guys. So yeah, anyway, scene number 8 is called Misty Mountains, and this is the scene where they sing that song. And the major positive here is that it was a good dwarf scene, guys. Like, it was a good dwarf scene as they all came together and just sang a song. I should have just renamed it, and I should just change the positive and said, instead of a good dwarf scene, I should have said a good dwarf song. But it was also seen because there was a widow talking in that scene, guys. Here, the negative here is that there were 2 dialogue driven scenes. I just wish that it was more about the song, guys. Nothing wrong with what happened with the 2 characters here, with the scenes here, but I wish it was just a song. I wish that the scene with Bilbo and Gandalf talking and Thorin and Balin talking was a bit more longer, and that the song was another scene, guys. So yeah, so yes, therefore it will be another extra scene, guys. But doesn't matter. I just wished that the song was longer and the scenes would not be in the same scene as the song, guys. That's just a little nitpick for me, guys. But apart from that, it was a good song scene, guys. Yeah. Alright, next up we get to probably the first worst, one of the worst scenes of the movie, guys. Well, not really worst scene, but I didn't like the scene, guys. And that's the scene number 9, and that's called The World Ahead. That's when Bilbo immediately leaves the Shire. Yes, guys, it's funny, but there's nothing really happening here. So therefore, the negative here is that it's just wide shots, music, and dialogue, guys. Yes, it's just wide shots with music and dialogue. Nothing really interesting here. Just them starting the adventure. I wish there was a little more to this thing, guys. Maybe more humor. But it was funny when Bilbo's like, stop, stop, stop. I need to get my handkerchiefs and all that. And then it was funny to see Bilbo being dragged onto a pony, a horse, whatever you want to call it, guys. But Thorin calls it a pony, guys. So yeah. But overall, it was just funny to see. It was just a little scene, guys. It wasn't a terrible scene, but it was an okay scene. But I didn't love it, guys. It was just a simple scene. It wasn't a good scene. It was just an alright scene, guys. So yeah, it was somewhat of a bad scene, guys. I'll just say that. So yeah. Alright, now scene number 10, the battle of, I can't even pronounce his name, guys. Azun Bizarre. In other words, that flashback scene when we finally get introduced to the character of Azog, the Defiler, the Pale Orc. That's what they call him, guys, in this movie. Alright, so the major positive here, it was basically a flashback with the first scene with Azog. Yes, basically it's the first time we get to see Azog in the movie, and I really like how they introduce his character. Like, you get to know that he's very strong and very determined and he's a big conqueror and the Defiler, of course. But the major negative here is that while the flashback was happening, it was just a flashback with no long action sequences. Yes, there was action towards the end. It was very cool, very grand, very epic, very Peter Jackson, if you know what I mean. But I wish there was more action in this scene, guys. I wish it was like 2 to 3 minutes longer. But yes, I get that it's a flashback, but I love how they did it, guys. But I love the stuff with the history of this world, so I want more of that. I wanted to see more. I want to see Thorin and Azog talk to each other, guys, or something like that. And I wanted more action with Thorin versus his grandfather. Like, I know, he cut off his king's head, guys. So yeah, but it was great, guys. Yeah. Was it his father or grandfather? I can't remember, but I think it was his grandfather, guys. Something like that. But that was violent scene, guys. Just a one time showing Azog showing the head of the king in front of Thorin, and he's like, no. That was pretty intense, pretty emotional scene for Thorin. But at the same time, it was a good scene, guys. I enjoyed it for what it was, but sadly, I wish it was longer, guys. So yeah. Alright, we are now 20 minutes into this video, and we are halfway there, guys. So let's see how we go, guys. Alright, scene 11. Radagast Brown. I hated this scene. This scene did not need to be in the movie. For those of you who likes this or who like this character, guys, I apologize, but I hated this character. He's not really a Jar Jar Binks for this franchise, guys, as most people might think he is. Chris Duckman kind of said that too, but I'm not gonna copy Chris Duckman, so I'll just leave it at that for that. But I did not like the scene at all, and so for that, the major negative here, it was a unnecessary scene with Radagast. It did not need to be put into this movie at all, guys. Like, I get that they needed to talk about him and all that, but I don't think they need to show him, guys. I just wish that it was just Radagast talking to Gandalf, not Radagast by himself, guys. He's such a weird, slightly annoying character. He's not super duper annoying like Jar Jar Binks, but still. But I did not like that scene when he was in the house curing the animals. It was a nice scene, but I didn't want this in this movie, guys, at all. They should just make a Radagast Brown spin-off or something like that. Like, I get that Peter Jackson is trying to include everything in this movie, guys, but I did not need that character in this movie, guys. It did not work for this movie at all, guys, here. Alright, next up, scene 12 is called Troll Shores, guys. Yeah, so, basically, this scene, we get Gandalf and Radagast talking and all type of stuff. And once again, not a good scene. It was just a dialogue-driven scene. Yes, it set up what the major villain was going to be for the Lord of the Rings. We got to know about the all the type of stuff, guys, here. But it didn't work. Wait, whoops, sorry, that's the wrong scene. I went a bit ahead, guys. Sorry, I apologize. I thought that was scene 12. So scene 12 was oh yes, this was the scene before the trolls. That's right, guys, I remember this. This was just a dialogue-driven scene, and I remember Gandalf abandoned them. Yes, that was the scene where Gandalf abandoned them, guys. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said that. That was scene 12. That was actually scene 15, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. But anyway, that was a great scene too. This was another great, just an alright scene, guys. It was not a terrible scene, but it was an alright scene, guys. But it was just another dialogue-driven scene, guys. So yeah. Alright, scene 13. This is one of two scenes involving the trolls. Roast Mutton, the scene is called. And first off, it was good action at the middle, guys. Yes, I really liked the action in the middle of the scene, guys. So yeah, it was great to see some great action with the dwarves led by Thorin fighting off the trolls, guys. And I love that stuff going on there. But the major negative here, I thought that was a bit too much with the trolls, guys. I don't think they needed to show that much with the trolls at the start. Maybe at least 1 to 1.5 minutes. But making like 2 to 3 minutes long with just the trolls talking, spread out throughout the entire scene. Like 2-3 minutes of dialogue with the trolls talking, spread out throughout the entire scene. I didn't think it needed to happen. What? I don't even think the trolls needed to talk, guys. I just wish they were just normal monsters, but whatever. But still, then again, it was a good solid scene, guys. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna try and slightly speed things up, guys, because we are at scene 14 now, and it's been 24 minutes, guys. Yeah. Alright, scene 14 is called a troll horde. This is when Gandalf comes and puts his staff down and goes bang on the rocks, and then the sunlight shines on the troll's face. They all burn up. In other words, they turn to stone, and then that's it. The good thing here is Bilbo finally getting a sword, guys. Yes, after that scene, they go into the cave and they get a sword, guys. That scene was really cool, and it's so great to see that finally, after about an hour or so into the movie, we finally get to see Bilbo get a sword, guys. It was like he was worthy, guys. He wasn't worthy until that point, but now I guess he's worthy. Like, he's really like So like from here on out, this is really when the adventure really starts and kicks in, guys. So yeah. The major negative here is that the scene didn't need to be a long scene, guys. Yes, it didn't need to be a long scene. We didn't need to show all the dwarves looking for all the swords and all type of stuff and get out of talking about it. I just wish it was just about Gandalf giving Bilbo the sword, and that would have been it. Because it is called The Hobbit, an unexpected journey, guys, for a reason. Because it should be about Bilbo, not just the dwarves, guys. Like, it should be an even balance. But I felt this scene was more about the dwarves and not that much about Bilbo, as he only got the sword towards the end of the scene, guys. So yeah, but it was a good scene, guys. I enjoyed it for what it was because we got to see Bilbo getting his sword, guys. So yeah, and it's a very cool sword, guys. Yeah. All right, now this is the scene where I was actually talking about before, scene 12, and scene 15 is called the Hill of Sorcery, guys. Yeah. So the good thing here about the scene, guys, the major positive is that it was a good description of the necromancer, guys. Yes, aka Sauron, possibly, guys. Yes. So now we didn't actually get to see Sauron, but I love the description, like how Radagast described him. Like here, he was annoying. There in the other scene, scene 11, I didn't really like that scene at all, and what he was trying to do there, guys. I get what he was trying to do, but I didn't want that to happen there, guys, at all. All right, guys, give me a sec. I just need to charge my computer. I apologize again, guys. I'm very sorry. But from here on out, I promise you there'll be no further interruptions. Alright, guys, that's better. Alright, so we have to scene 15, like I said, Hill of Sorcery. Good description of Necromancer. That's a good scene, guys. I like how Radagast said it's something to do with an ancient horror and how it brings people back from the dead. Guys. So yeah. The negative here, it was just an unnecessary Radagast scene, guys. Yes. Although I enjoyed it for what it was, I just wish that Gandalf would have discovered it through somewhere else, guys. Like although Radagast was probably the only person to tell this to Gandalf, guys. Like the way it started, it was really weird, guys. Yes. So that's kind of what I mean by another unnecessary Radagast scene, guys. So yeah. Like just the beginning. I'll rephrase. The beginning did not need to work. I did not like of the scene, guys, at all. So yeah. Alright, we have to scene 16. We have 5 more scenes and we're almost half an hour into this video, guys. So yeah. Alright, let's see how we go now. Alright, so scene 16 is called Warg Scouts. The positive here, it was a good wide and tracking shots of the chase. Yes. This scene was really good, really intense. I loved it. This was the scene where the orcs came and it was great to see like Radagast chasing them. And now I'm getting into the film techniques, guys, again, as like I said, good wide and tracking shots, guys. Yes. I know I should said only one. I know there's 2 positives here, but because it's all part of one scene and like one sequence of the film that happened, I just had to talk about it, guys. And I love this scene, guys. This is one of the best scenes of the movie, in my opinion. It's a short little scene, but it's just another great scene, guys. Like, we got to see Peter Jackson, moving the camera along quickly as the action's going on, guys. The chase sequence, there's a lot of wide shots. You get to see the dwarves running away, and you get to see up in the distance, like, the orcs coming near them. And I love the intensity, guys. Like, each time there's a tracking shot and a chase scene, guys, chase sequence, guys, it just builds up the intensity, guys. Along with the music as well, it just adds to the intensity, guys, of it, guys. So yeah, there's no negative here, guys. Nothing bad about the scene. If I had one negative, it would be that I wish it was longer, but it's not. But I enjoyed the scene for what it was, guys. This is a fantastic scene, guys. One of the best scenes of the film, guys, in my opinion. So yeah. Alright. Scene 17 is called Rivendell. And this is where we get introduced to Rivendell finally, guys. It's great. And the best thing about the scene, the major positive, is that there was good wide shots with Lord of the Rings music, guys. Yes, it was great to see Rivendell. Like, the first time we saw Rivendell, and Bilbo's like, Rivendell, because Gandalf said it has another name, and Bilbo just answered what he was saying. and he was like Rivendell, and then it showed that, but before that it just showed this whole thing with a white shot. Like basically it showed the it was basically showing Rivendell with a white shot, and then there was Lord of the Rings music, guys, added in it, guys. So yeah, but it was just a very great scene, guys. But the negative here, not much of Elrond in the scene, guys. I just wish maybe Elrond would show up and say something and all that, because I do know that Elrond comes well, if you watch the movie, you do know that Elrond comes a bit later, guys, like right after the scene, guys, in fact, guys. So yeah, well, in the scene, but I wish there was more of Elrond rather than towards the end, guys. So yeah, alright, now let's move on to scene 18, guys, and we're already half an hour in, guys. So yeah, so I guess it did go to half an hour, guys, but that's because I stopped sometimes and all that and took some detours, but I apologize again, guys, I really do. Alright, scene 18 is called A Short Rest, and this is basically the scene where they're talking about the swords, guys, and all type of stuff. And the major positive here is that there was good information about the swords and all that. I like that, and I also like, I should say, love how Bilbo like takes out a sword and like tries to find us there anything with his sword, anything special. But then Balon's like, swords have names for what they've done and all type of stuff, and it just goes to show like Balon's a very nice dwarf, telling like assuring Bilbo, like, even though, or reassuring Bilbo, like, well, you know what I mean, guys. I guess the word here is reassuring, but if it's not, then doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say, guys, is that Balon's just trying to tell Bilbo, like, even though the sword doesn't really have a name, it's still a special sword, guys. Yeah, it's still a sword at the end of the day, and it still does good stuff, guys. So yeah, alright, so that's really that scene. But there's also negative, random dancing and singing from the dwarves. I hated that part. Towards the end, one of the dwarves like just got on the table, started dancing, and then they started throwing food everywhere. I did not like that part of the scene, guys. It was just so weird, guys. So yeah, alright, now let's go to scene 19, which is called Moon Runes, guys. Yes, the major positive here is it was nice dark lighting. There was nice dark lighting to help set the scene, guys. Yes, I really love it. I was gonna say to help sell the mystery of the scene, guys, but I just instead rephrased it and said nice dark lighting to help set the scene, guys. Yes, it really added on to the mood and tone of the film, guys, at this point in time, because he was talking about moon runes, so obviously it had to be dark, and also with the waterfall in the background or near them, guys, and then the fact that the moon was shining on them and all type of stuff, it just worked, guys. So yeah, and how we also get to hear the word Durin's Day, the two words Durin's Day, which was the day that they had to go to the mountain. And I like how Balon's like, we have to be there at the exact time, at the exact day, at the exact moment, something like that, guys. Like, he's very precise. So they have to be there at the very precise moment, guys. And nothing's bad with the scene, guys. It's a great scene. It's a great scene. It's a very different it's a, well, I wouldn't say different tone. It's a very I would just say it's a very dark lighted scene. In other words, it's a very story driven scene. Yeah, okay, I'll guess I'll just say that it's a very story driven scene, guys. It's not a character driven scene, it's a very story driven scene with some nice dark lighting, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys, I don't know what just happened there. I was gonna say something, but then I was like, what should I say, guys? Yeah, but anyway, that's that. Now we move on to the final scene for part 1 of this review, of this in-depth review, I should say, guys. And this scene is called the Defiler. The good thing here is that we finally got to see Azog, guys. But the major negative here, positive, is that it was a good interaction with the orcs, guys. Yes, this is where we finally get to see Azog in the present day, in this point in time of the film, guys, rather than him just being in a flashback. The negative here is that it was a short scene. I wanted more. I wanted more of the orcs. I love the interaction with each other, and I love how the language is so like different to like a normal human language and elvish language and dwarf language, guys. So yeah, I just wish it was more. But the dwarves they don't. I don't think they have the old language, guys. Yeah, no, elves do. Dwarves don't. But I love how the orcs have the old language, guys. Just the older languages in all these 6 films are just great, guys. Yeah. So overall, I enjoyed DC 40 Wars, guys. Yeah. So there you have it. That is part 1 for the Hobbit and Unexpected Journey, guys. Wow, we are 35 minutes in. I might end it. I probably will end it before 36 minutes, guys. But we'll see how we go now. But anyway, thanks for watching this long in-depth review, guys. It's the longest video I've actually done on YouTube, guys, believe it or not. But next time, or tomorrow I should say, we'll continue with part 2, talking about the next half of the film, the last 73 minutes of the film, guys. Yeah. And also towards the end of that video, we'll wrap it up with 3 major positives, 3 major negatives, as I thought this was just a good movie, guys, and give a score out of 10, guys. But you probably already know what I'm gonna give it when I said it's a good movie, guys. So yeah. But if you don't, I won't tell you guys. And I'll tell you guys tomorrow. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this in-depth review, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I know I haven't been saying that at all recently, or barely at all, which probably explains why I don't have much subscribers. But yes, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me in the comments below, what out of all these 20 scenes, which one is your favorite scene and which one is your least favorite scene, guys. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this review, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow for part 2 for the Hobbit and an Unexpected Journey in-depth review, guys, tomorrow. This is Akil and I'm signing out. Thanks for watching. See you guys tomorrow, guys. Bye, guys.